Through you, we push down our foes. Through your name, we tread down those who rise up against us. And that's what's going to happen. That's the future, my friends. It's definitely crazy times when you have these suicide drones hitting from the Islamic resistance, from Iran, and they're hitting our southern city, Eilat. What times are we living in with these 3 suicide drones and seeing these young people give their life for the land, and I just honor them. And as we're here defending the defenseless, I honor my friends who have given their lives. I'll just mention Sergeant First Class Sivan Weil. He's 20 years old, of the Commando Egoz unit. And there's these missions in the hospital, in the Nasser hospital, and you have the death of Sergeant First Class Alon Kudryashov. And so it's just 16 Egoz fighters injured, and so it's now 256 heroes slain in the sands of Gaza to bring security back to our land. And you have the Supreme Court termination of long-standing exemption of Haredi students from their military service has happened. Today's the official draft date. Religious people will be joining. It's kind of exciting to wonder how the government's going to survive now that the Supreme Court has ruled that the ultra-Orthodox have to serve in the army. It's the official draft day today, and there was also this giant protest just recently where tens of thousands of Israelis said, we want the hostages to be returned. We want a deal pretty much at any cost. Get a ceasefire, they're saying. There's others who say, no, ceasefire just helps them to regroup, get the hostages released, but how do you do it? These are very trying times, which try your faith. I'm sure it's hard for Netanyahu being the prime minister in these times during war. And a lot of his political enemies are saying there might be an election in January. And so hostage families are frustrated. They're heartbroken that their loved ones are in the dungeons of darkness. And of course, those religious don't really want to serve in the army, but now the Supreme Court ruled that they should. Will they throw a fit? Will they, try to still maintain that exemption? I know the chief rabbi, said, hey, we'll leave the country if we're forced to serve in the army. So, these are wild times. At the same time, lots of immigrants coming to Israel or filling out forms that they want to come to Israel. And you have I saw that in Paris, France, so many French doctors interested in making Aliyah to Israel because it's getting scary there with all the anti-Semitism. And so they gathered together, and there was people from the Jewish Agency, from Nefesh B'Nefesh. We should have had Aliyah Return Center people there. And their job, they said, we want to bring doctors here and get right near the Eiffel Tower. We want to get you excited about living your new life in Israel. And 450 doctors showed up there, and they filled out Aliyah applications. And those are people that are going to come to our doors, and we just, through this time, you see the shining light of those who don't give up. Anyway, check out this patch. Quickly in our time, and so we see that God's will, is going to succeed. Be strong, courageous, be firm, fear not, don't be afraid of them. The Lord your God, it is he who goes with you. He will not fail you. He will not forsake you. That's what Moses spoke the words of God in Deuteronomy 31 verse 6. Stay strong, my friends. These are the times to shine.